Brooklyn Independent Television.
In case you're just joining me, we are at the last part of our conversation with Elizabeth Cross, Executive Director of the New York Fencers Club. Big tournament taking place here at the JW Marriott near the Brooklyn Bridge, June 18th throughout the 20th. Big day for fencing.
Yes, it is. It is. This is not only is it important in terms of if you do well, you get international points, and if you are in top 16, you get all kinds of privileges.
Now, there's over 20 countries that are participating in this, right?
Yes, and we will have about 300 athletes coming from all over the country and the world, especially, and we will have our two-time gold medalist Mario Zagunis, who won the 2 gold medals from. She won one in Beijing and she won one in Athens, and in saber, women's saber, and we will have our silver medalist competing as well.
So who's that silver medalist?
Tim Morehouse, okay. And he may be from Brooklyn. I'm not sure.
Oh, most of them are, right?
You're right.
Now, as far as in terms of fencing, we were talking about the individuals. They seem to be pretty well-rounded.
Yes.
For the most part.
Right, and I think it's because it is a true amateur sport. There's really nothing in it except for the love of the game.
It's almost like lacrosse, where you play lacrosse to go to college, to get a good education.
Exactly.
And maybe you might participate in a club atmosphere after you graduate.
Right, and like squash program, and there's a wonderful squash program up at Harlem that they're actually out, doing outreach work. Yes, you do it because you really love it. There's nothing in it. You can win a gold medal. You may get a little prize money from U.S. Olympic Committee, but then you're right back to being a student. You're right back to being a employee of some job that you have. My daughter, and she after she won the silver medal, she went right back to Harvard, and she just graduated with top honors, and she's tutoring and will be applying to medical school next year.
Good. That's fantastic. Now, in terms of this tournament, what does it mean to New York City and also to Brooklyn?
Well, it is a big deal. Unfortunately, not too many people know about fencing. Fencing, this is everybody from all over the world. Italians, Germans, these are professional fencers. We don't have professional fencers in the United States, but Russians, they are professionals. Koreans are professionals. So these are people who are coming here to compete. Now, all of these things will lead up to the Olympics 2012. Now, we're not at 2012 yet, right. But all these points add up, and more you compete and better you do, your points get higher, which means that you will be in a pool that would be easier for you to win. So just like, if you're Serena Williams, you're going to have a little bit easier pool in the beginning. Sort of like that. Having a high standing is very good, that you don't have to compete with the number one right away. Maybe, a couple of days later.
Who are up-and-coming fencers here, maybe here in New York City, and maybe are there also up-and-coming fencers out of Brooklyn?
Oh, well, we actually, we have Nzinga Prescott, who just graduated from Stuyvesant High School, and she will be going to Columbia, and she is from Brooklyn, and she won 2 world championships, cadet world championships, and she is wonderful, delightful, well-rounded young lady.
Will she participate in this tournament?
Yes, she will be there,
okay.
And she's awesome, and I think she's only 18, so she's pretty awesome.
Future Olympian, perhaps?
I'm sure she will go to the 2012 Olympics.
Now, also here in Brooklyn, I know you have a particular fencing school here, I think in Carroll Garden.
Brooklyn Fencing Club, yes.
Brooklyn Fencing Club.
Right.
How is that one club doing? Is that club also going to have any participation in this particular tournament?
They will participate to the extent that they will send their fencers, and we try to work with all the clubs. We're not territorial.
Right, but you are the preliminary club
we
here
are
in the city. And
yes.
matter of fact, one of the top clubs here probably in the country.
We're probably the biggest and the most well-established club. we have all three weapons represented. Is very, very strong. I would say Brooklyn Fencing Club is very strong in foil. And epee and saber maybe some, but it's, our club is the only club that really represent all three.
Now, that Friday, I think the 18th, you'll have, preliminary rounds?
Preliminary rounds for women and men's saber.
Okay.
And then on the 19th will be...
Saturday. Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm. On the 19th will be the finals for men and women's saber. And also it will be preliminary rounds for women's foil.
What about the 20th, that Sunday?
20th will be the finals for women's foil. And then they'll go home afterwards.
And there's a bigger tournament coming up this fall also, if I imagine, I think in Paris? Or?
Oh, World Championship,
Yeah.
that will be in November. Now this, how you do in this competition will determine whether you're going to make the team, the U.S. team. Now U.S. can send up to 4 people. And so you have to do well to make the team.
You have to do well here in Brooklyn in order to go to Paris.
Absolutely, no question.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming, and I'm sure we will be there.
Thank you. We look forward to it.
All right. Bye.
Brooklyn Independent Television on the BCAT TV network.